Welcome everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the last type of function, which is function with return type and with argument. The above three function types we have already discussed in the previous video. So in this video we are going to discuss about the last type, that is return type will also be present and arguments will also be present. And again we are going to discuss these particular programs. Let's go to Dev C++. The first program that we are going to discuss is to find out the sum of two numbers. Let's start. First we will write down the header file. Then we need to declare the function. Now return type is present, so when you find out the sum of two numbers, what will be the data type of the result? Obviously if you are adding two integer numbers, the result is also going to be an integer, so the return type will be int. Then give some valid function name, then arguments will also be present. Now how many inputs you are going to give to this particular program? How many inputs you want? You want to find out the sum of two numbers, so you will be asking enter two numbers, so you will be giving input for two numbers, so I'll give int comma int. Then it will end with a semicolon. So this is function declaration or function prototype. Then we are going to write down main. Now since arguments are present, so you will have to, these are the two arguments, so you will have to declare these two. You will have to declare the variables here, so let it be a and b. Then you will have to take inputs from inside the main, so enter the two numbers. Then you will be giving scanf %d two times, then comma ampersand a comma ampersand b. Okay, done. Now return type is also present, so that particular function is going to return the result to the main. So we are going to write down the answer here. Sum is %d. What does this %d stands for? It stands for the value returned by the function. So we are going to call the function here, and since int is present, so we'll have to give the variable names here. The first int stands for a variable, second b int stands for the b variable. That is, this function is going to send these values of a and b to the function definition, and that particular function is going to return some value, and this will be displayed here. So now exactly whatever you have written in the declaration, that same thing you will be writing in the definition. So int, let it, you can give a, b or x, y also, it's up to you. Ultimately the value of a will be copied to x, the value of b will be copied to y. You can write down a, b also, x, y also, any variable name will do. Then you need to find out the result. So for the result I'll have to declare a variable, let it be int c. Now c is equal to x plus y. I'm not going to write down a plus b because here the value of a is stored in x, the value of b is stored in y. That's why x plus y. Now result is present in variable c. So I need to return that variable. So I'll write down return. That's it. Save it. Go to execute, compile and run. Enter two numbers 4, 5. Sum is 9. The next program that we are going to discuss is to find out the factorial of a number. So again for this program the return type will be int. Then how many inputs you need for the to find out the factorial of a number? So it depends on the output. What you write, enter a number. So you will be entering a number and then you will be finding the output. So we just need to enter one number, so 1 int. Then main, so here we just need one variable, so it will be enter a number. So here it will be only 1%d. Okay, then here instead of sum it is going to be factorial is, and we need to change the name of the function also, let it be factorial. Okay, so here I will just write down, I'll call the function here factorial. I need to pass the value a. That's it. Then this part will change So it will be factorial in, you can give a or number, it's up to you. Then here inside this part we are going to write down the code to find out the factorial of a number. So for result 1, we have already done it so many times, so I'm not going to explain the code again. So for result 1, for the for loop, one more variable I. So for I equal to 1, I less than equal to number, I plus plus, res equal to res plus I. So where the result is present in variable res. So I'm just going to write down, here I'm not going to write down the printf because it is already present here. I'll just write down return res. Save it, go to execute, compile and run, enter a number, suppose 5. There is some mistake, wait. Yes, instead of multiplication I gave plus. Save it and run it again. Okay, 5. So the factorial is 120. Next program is to find out the area of a circle. So first of all, we are going to change this one. So the area of a circle, when you find out the area of a circle, the answer can be of a floating point number, right? Because it is pi r square. So let us give the return type as float, the name of the function as area. Then how many arguments we are going to declare? When you run the program, what is the output? Enter the radius. You will be entering some radius and then you will be calculating the area. So we are going to just give one argument, that is in, for the radius. Then here enter radius. So here it is going to be area is percentage f, because the return type is of floating point number. So here I am going to call the area. Okay, now we are going to change this part, the definition. What is the return type? Float, area, int. You can give any, let it be a this time. So here we are going to write down the code to find out the area of a circle. So for the result, let us give float result. Now result is equal to 3.14 into a into a. Okay, then we are going to, the result is present in variable res, so we are just going to return res. Save it and then run it. So suppose 5, so area is 78.5. We are going to discuss the last program, that is to find out the average of three numbers. Now when we want to find the average, the result is of floating point number, so we return type, we are going to keep it as float. Then the function name, let it be average. Now how many inputs or arguments you are going to give? What will be the output of this program? Enter three numbers. So you will be entering three numbers and then you will be calculating the average. So you will have to give three arguments. Okay, so this part will change. Let's write it. So how many variables you will need? A, B, comma C. Printf, enter three numbers. Scanf, how many percentage D? 1, 2, 3. Then first percentage D for A, second one for B, and third one for C. Okay, now this particular function is going to return the result, so we'll have to write down printf average is percentage f, because the result we have given it as a, the return type we have given it as a float, and then we are going to call the function and pass a, b, comma c. That's it. Now this part will also change. So here average, how many variables? Let it be int x, int y, and int z. X will the value of a will be copied to x, value of b will be copied to y, and value of c will be copied to z. Now this part will change. So let the result be present in variable res. So res is equal to x plus y plus z divided by 3.0. Okay, so now we can return press, save it and then run it. So enter three numbers, let it be 3, 6, 8. So the average is 5.666. So these are the programs under that I have discussed under this category. So you can take any program you want and you can write down the program using all the 4 types of functions that we have discussed. Thank you.